At Langshaw's reserve, the umpire blows his whistle, now balls it up, and we're underway in the final round of the season. Atta won the tap for the Sharks. Still in contest in the centre of the ground on the cricket pitch there, which looks pretty hard, and it ricochets out Newport's way, but the kick ricochets back the way of the Sharks. It's still in contest in the centre of the ground. On all fours there was Seward for Newport, and he gets a free kick, and he's up and away quickly. Khaled Seward going laterally right across the ground to the far side of Langshaw's reserve. Over there was Shade for the Sharks. Couldn't quite take the mark or keep it in play. It's out for a throw-in on centre wing, just to the side of the Newport bench where Ziggy Kador is coaching what could be his final game, Willow.
It could be. Toss back in. Reaching out at the top there was Shaheen. Still a lot of plays around the footy. No easy possessions as of yet. Ball goes pushed towards the boundary line. It goes out of bounds, and we'll get another throw-in. Left half forward for the Sharks. They kick to the Marion Street end in this opening quarter. We've played a minute, no score. As the umpire throws it back in. Atta in front, wins that down. Hamad couldn't gather it. Still no easy touches. Another kick was smothered. And now we get another throw-in as a little bit of push and shove goes on.
A little bit of spice.
Lot to play for.
As Ziggy Kador said, talking to us pre-game, they can't let the Sharks get out to a hot start.
Toss back in front there with Shaheen. Got the body strength he looks like he has on Atta, but Atta probably got the advantage in the air. And there's been a whistle. And
Another ball up. Good pressure already from Newport. As the umpires
just warned Luke Henderson there. Just didn't throw the ball back to him. Sort of just dropped it on the ground. So the Rucks go at it again. Shaheen in front wins it down. Ball spills out there to Hall. He got a handball away. No, he didn't. It's smothered. There's a whistle holding the ball. Free kick is going the way of the Sharks. This might be our first real clean possession here in the opening quarter.
So the Sharks go inside 50 for the first time today. It's over the head of the intended target, but doing the roving down there was Stranick. Daniel Stranick booted 5 last week. He can't quite open his account here this week, though. He misses to the far side. One behind. First score of the afternoon. It's going the way of the visitors. One behind. And Newport yet to score. We've gone 2.5 minutes. WRFL match of the day. Cade Lucas, Andrew Wilson, Nick Boylan and Connor Payne with you. We've got the full crew today here at a very sunny Langshaw's reserve. From the kick-in, it was El Suki who took it, and it's chopped off. It comes into the path of Qureshi. Under pressure, he got a kick away, clearing the danger for the home team. It comes off hands there. Shaheen, who hands it away, and now they're clear. A wobbly ball up towards half forward, helped on there by Taleb. Up towards the 50 they go for the first time. There's a strong tackle and a free kick laid by the Sharks. Their bench right next to us was very happy with that, and they get a free kick on half back.
So Sharks chipped the centre half back. Wasn't a good kick. Abu Zig there, putting some pressure on, got a tackle away, but the Sharks are able to get a hurry kick forward. Ball bounces on the cricket pitch area, now out to the wing. Sharks maintain possession. The kick goes inside forward 50. Shrenek's there, but the boundary line wins out, and we'll get a throw-in about 10 metres around from the right behind post in the right forward pocket.
Newport have started this game really aggressively with their contested ball and tackling pressure around the ground, but also just with their distribution going inside 50. Looking to hit some home runs and take the game on.
It's tossed back in, short throw in. Rucks don't get to it. Hamad's there, tried to grab it. He does, but he's dispossessed immediately. There's a hurried defensive kick outside the 50. Is it going to get there? Doesn't. And the mark is taken by Lockie Grant, and he's going to go back from about 45 metres out, pretty much directly in front.
You say 45 metres, 45 goals on the season for Lockie Grant. Just one of the many players up forward that Dean Chambers has at his disposal to kick it back.
He's got the long sleeves on. On a nice sunny day. He comes in now for number 46. Kicks on its way and it sneaks home. Opening goal of the game to the Sharks. They're 1-1-7. Newport yet to score. We played 4 minutes opening quarter.
Good finish there from Grant, and as much as we were talking up Newport's pressure, that before the game, Dean Chambers said that his defensive structure behind the ball has been exemplary for the Sharks and been a big reason why they have gone through the season so far undefeated. Excellent again on display there, causing the turnover, and Grant was happy to take advantage of the opportunity.
I just want to quickly point out this. We mentioned the sun before. It is quickly disappearing. Clouds coming overhead do not look friendly at all. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some weather.
So from the restart, Atta outreaches Shaheen for Newport. Atta then at ground level, shove it up at a handball to Palmer. They're going backwards here, the Sharks, though, and eventually Newport intercept and soccer it up towards forward 50 for them. Coming out to meet it was Taleb. Now shade in there for the Sharks as they contest the ball between the centre square and the forward 50, and the umpire has no choice but to bounce. KG opening to this final round game. Newport looking to make the finals. Sharks looking to go undefeated from the ball up. There's a free kick. The umpire has found it's going the way of the home team, who can go deep inside 50 here. It'll be Abu Zaid who takes the free kick and he prods it into the forward 50. And there's a whistle while the ball was still in flight. And as you might hear in the effects mic, the locals aren't happy it's going against them. Free kick to the Sharks deep inside defensive 50. Kick out there by Main. He goes long to the outer side. Pritchard coming up the ground, couldn't take the mark, butted up well at ground level and then sends it long through the corridor. It's an open 50. It's Stranik at the back. He couldn't quite gather cleanly. Beating him to it there was El Hassan for Newport. He goes straight towards the boundary. They want deliberate here. The Sharks, they won't get it. There's a throw in just inside attacking 50.
Just did enough there, Malek El Hassan, to evade Daniel Stranak, and the boundary line was very much his friend.
Well, he was lucky there, I reckon. It was pretty blatantly deliberate. Toss back in, Rucks go at it. Still a lot of people around the footy. There's a hurried snap out of the pack. Missed to kick that.
I think it was Sharrocks.
Sharrocks was the point scorer. Oh, he missed everything. Umpire's conferring. Which one is it?
Both? The latter, conferring to the confirmation.
Having the English students either side of me.
Out on the full. It's a free kick.
So free kick. So they got to switch. Do Newport. Qureshi's got it in the left back pocket. Drives it long outside defensive 50. Might come back because it's been chopped off. It was well read off the boot there by Volk. He goes short over the top. Finds Williams. Plays on immediately on his left boot. Drives it to full forward. Defensive, attacking forward there by Pritchard. Ball's loose. Snap on goal by Stranik. He gets his first of the afternoon. And Point Cook Centrals get their second. They go to 2-1-13. Newport yet to score.
48 goals now on the season for Daniel Stranak, and one of his better ones there. Just hit the pack really hard. It was very quick to pick up the scraps, and forwards of his quality just too good to miss out on opportunities like that. Snaps truly with the left, and Point Cook Centrals, even though they probably haven't had as many opportunities, they've taken all of them that they've got at the moment, just showing how clinical they are at the front 50.
So the visitors setting out their stall here early on at Langshaw's Reserve. They want a perfect record, and they've made a good start for it. 2-1-13. Newport yet to score from the ball up. Atar again with that spring out, reaches his opponent and smashes it up towards half forward. We're coming out like a bull at a gate. There was Hansen, the big fella, bashed through a tackle. The ball spills loose. Atar trying to gather in the centre square. Now Palmer over the top of it. Williams there too. Some big names for the Sharks. No one can get a clean hand of the footy. Now Atar out of the congestion. Floated a handball away towards Shade. Arches the back and kicks them deep inside 50 once again. At the back was Stranik. That looked like a push in the back from here. The umpire disagrees. It's gone out of play for a throw-in. Newport under pressure, deep in defence again.
It's not the start they wanted, was it, Newport?
No, there's after a couple of minutes of pretty contested footy in the middle of the ground, Sharks getting on top.
Boundary throw in the right foot pocket, almost hacked out of the air by Pritchard, who did get boot to ball in the end. It slews wide of the goal though, and back there on the last line it's Qureshi. He's happy to palm it over the boundary. Another rather deliberate looking effort, but the umpire again says throw it in, and there'll be a throw in the opposite pocket, about 20 metres around from the Point Cook goal. It's all the Sky Blues at the moment here. 9 minutes played. Throw in, and taking a swing at the ball there was Shaheen, and eventually a kick comes out of the pack, but it's only relieved the pressure momentarily. Duplessis takes the mark. Sounds like a South African rugby player. He chips it inboard and finds Turner. Turner now prods it inside 50. Pritchard on the lead. Newport get back in numbers to affect the spoil, and they should get away here. Off half-back. No, they've turned it over, and it's picked up by Williams. A long ball towards goal. Stranik getting back there. Went through his hands. He was right on the line. He was trying to mark it over his shoulder, went through his hands and through for another behind, but they are really struggling here at the moment. Newport, it's 2-2-14 to nothing. We've gone nearly 10 minutes. WRFL match of the day from the kick-in, and Shaheen runs his full measure, goes very long out towards centre wing on the outer side. The umpire's found a free kick there. It goes the way of Saud for Newport, who are under pressure already.
Yeah, he went the handball for Hamad, put him under a lot of pressure. He's able to get a handball back to Shaheen. He just drives a high long ball back into the centre. A Langshaw reserve. Newport play defends. They've got the footy now. Dibbs got it, looking for some runners going past. But the pressure of Point Good Centrals is superb. It's just never ending, is it? They seem to be everywhere. Hurry kick forward by the Sharks. Doesn't travel very far, but again they just hack it forward. It goes inside 50. Stranek had the spoil. Newport defence under some pressure though. They link it, throw it around by hand. Do the Sharks now? They look to run it out of defence. It's a ball that sat on Papajatsaka's head, so the Sharks are able to keep the pressure on. There's another whistle holding the ball. Free kick to holding the man, and the free kick to go to Newport at right half back. They've got to steady it up a bit, and again forced the kick to Hamad. It was fisted away from him. Dib goes back and gets it. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Ali gathers it, handballs inside defensive 50 to Ahazan, and he chips it outside defensive 50, and they've taken a mark at right half back.
Just needing to take some control of this game. Just too much rushing from Newport, and the Sharks aren't letting them get any clean disposal.
Yeah, they seem all desperate to get the footy. Connor, boundary?
Even when Newport do get the ball, everybody's pretty much pushed up into the defensive half of the ground. So when they do get that ball, they just don't have any open targets and open men to kick it to or move the ball through.
So it's tossed back in. Defensive side of centre for Newport. Hamad gets it. Hurry kick. Bouncing ball into the centre. There's two Sharks players there, one Newport player. Abuze did really well, but he's under a lot of pressure, and they've earned a free kick, and the advantage is away for the Sharks, but they've turned it over. They kicked it into Papajatsakis. He's got some time and space. Kicks it to a one-on-one inside 50. A big wrestle.
Jeez, that's good.
Strong mark inside 50. A real good contested mark there by Kador. He's a young player. He's got some serious talent, and he's going to go back from 50 metres directly in front.
True one-on-one opportunity there. The first really that Newport have had all afternoon, and just impressive strength in the contest there from Hussein Kador.
Nephew of Ziggy. 15 on the year. And his side really need this goal. So he comes in, struck it nicely, he's bending left. Has it snuck in? It hasn't. So Newport get their first goal of the afternoon. They're behind. They trailed by 13 points. It's 2-2, 14-point Centrals. Newport one behind, 12.5 played. Opening quarter.
Duplessis with the kick in at the Crescent Street end for the Sharks. First time they've really been in defence today. And Duplessis works it out to the commentary side. Right in front of us. Up there went Main. Couldn't quite take the mark. The veteran defender. The ball caught at the bottom of the pack. And the umpire will ball up again. It's Cole DeRose who's last to get up for the Sharks.
Kador was good there again, just to impact that contest in the air and bring it to ground and force the ball up.
Ball up between wing and half forward for Newport. Winning it down there was Turner for the Sharks, but it goes Newport's way. But first to be there is Palmer. He's muscled off the ball, though. You don't see that often there by Hamad. They working inside attacking 50 here in Newport, but only momentarily. It's out of play, and there'll be another throw in about 40 metres around from the Newport goal.
Love to see Hamad and Palmer go one-on-one all afternoon. That'd be fun to watch.
Two quality players.
Bit happening off the ball here too with Papajatsakis.
Yeah, and Palmer has gone to ground, and there's a free kick, and that's an opportunity gone begging for Newport. Barely been inside 50 all day so far, and on one of their rare 4-0s forward, they give away a silly free kick. It's Palmer who just bangs it long and high up through the corridor. Ooh. Good attack on the footy there from El Houli, but he got crunched and he's still down as play goes on. Newport go back inside 50. Papajatsakis off the pack, couldn't mark. Now he gets it outside the pack. He steadies, looking for their first, and he's snuck it home. Jack Papajatsakis kicks a goal against the run of play and eases some of the pressure on the home team. They've waited a while, but they've got one. 1-1-7 Newport trailing Point Cook Central's 2-2-14. We've gone 14 minutes on the WRFL match of the day.
Good pressure at ground level again from Newport. Helped open up the space for Papajatsakis and really had a fair bit of time to measure up the sticks and was able to, as you said, Cade, sneak it home inside that right goalpost. And the response that Newport needed as they were starting to... The dam was about to break, but a much-needed goal against the run of play for Newport.
And after he gave away that free kick, he repaid his side.
Exactly.
Brilliantly there. Great goal there by Papajatsakis as we're back in the middle. Rucks go at it. Hurry kick over the head from Matthew Turner. Bouncing ball out to centre wing. Newport track it. Billy Mesto's got it. Wheels around on his right boot. Kicks back in the centre. Should have been some holding there against Jawad. He has given it away. Free kick to the Sharks. So it's a dangerous kick. Palmer had to fly. Spoiled away from him by Al Sabsabi. They get it to Abu Zaid. He just dribbles the kick forward about 20 metres for his side. He'll hope it goes out of bounds, and it does. And we'll get a throw in. About 70 metres out from Newport's goal. Left half forward. 7-point lead to the Sharks. Nice hit down there by Turner. But the clearing kick has been chopped off Ahmad. He plays on immediately. He's got a kick inside 50. Goes to that Rex. Good mark in front taken by Mustafa Mesto. And he'll go back from 50 metres on a 45-degree angle.
Finally some time and space for Newport to hit up some targets, and really good kick inside 50 to find Mustafa Mesto. Has been one of the form players for Newport over the last 4-week run, and see if he can get another one on the board.
Cut the margin back to a point. Mesto comes in. Ends up kick from 48. Hit it nicely. The Newport players loved it when it came off the boot. They got 2 in a row. Newport, they trail by a point. They're 2-1-13. Point Cook Central's 2-2-14. 16 played first quarter.
Just starting to get a little bit more parity around the ball again after the Sharks started to get off the chain. Newport's midfielders have responded, getting their hands on the footy and starting to find some outside run and carry now as well. They needed to play with some dash and dare today to really go against this Sharks side, and they're starting to show some of that, and it's eventuating on the scoreboard.
Good response this by the home team, turning the game back in their favour after a shaky start, as the weather looks to turn here too. It's getting a bit darker at Langshaw's reserve. From the ball up, running over the top of it there was Mesto, and the ball spills Point Cook Central's way. They soccer it up towards half forward. Good tackle there on Abdu for Newport. The umpire lets it go though, and there's a ball up between the centre circle and the forward 50 for the Sharks. A point the difference, 2-2 playing 2-1. Nearly 17 minutes gone from the restart. They work it away. The Sharks through Henderson, skirts the pack, kicks up inside 50. A bouncing ball. Waiting for it there was El Houli. Goes by hand over towards El Sabsi under pressure. Put his nose over it. Couldn't gather cleanly, but eventually it spills out to Hamed, and they're away here. Newport having a good period. He draws the man. Handball to a teammate in the form of Ali. He couldn't quite gather cleanly, and the boundary line was too close. Over for a throw-in just to the side of the Newport bench, which will feel a bit better about itself now that they've kicked the last 2.
Throw back in. In front was Pritchard, wins it down. Sharks gain possession. Oh, good tackle there. Well done by Al Sabsabi. Is it coming back? Well, they played dangerous tackle.
Yep,
that's
the point. Good
might have just slipped high.
All right, so it was a good, strong tackle, but obviously the umpire didn't like it. Anyway, they switches on. Brent Turner now. It's got a player out in space. Kicks it to him at right half forward. That's Tandy. Kicks inside 50 in the Strenek direction. But the kick was too wide for everyone. It goes out of bounds on the full, so it'll be a free kick in the left back pocket. And that should go the way of Al Hassan. He's got a tough job this afternoon trying to manage the influence of Daniel Strenek. So he goes to switch. The mark is taken in the opposite pocket by Hamad. He goes short. Still inside defensive 50 though. Newport
starting to get on top with Atar on the bench, really losing that ruck battle with their star on the sideline.
Long kick outside defensive 50. It's a 2-on-1 in favour of the Sharks, but the free kick goes the way of Newport there, and they get the handball away. Now the long ball goes to half forward. Mark is taken. Hawley's got it. It's open 50. Papachatzakis on the lead. Kick goes in that direction. Play on. Man in front got touch on it. He tries to shock the tackle there. Got a handball away. Well done by Shade. Hawley gathers it. Handballs to his teammate there in Mesto. They go back. Now the kick goes to full forward. They're in another one-on-one. Kador was there. Surely he was held. The umpire said no, play on. Now the ball handballs to Henderson for the Sharks, and Stranek's come up a long way from home, and he's taken a mark outside defensive 50.
Stranek on half-back on the commentary side. He goes looking here for Tandy, who got crunched after he took the mark. Lucky a 50 not paid there.
Well, he's paid, Kate. 50.
And it has been paid belatedly, so Ryan Tandy took the mark just to the left of our commentary box, but he's now been dragged up towards attacking 50. He might even be able to have a shot at goal here.
Interesting how belated that 50 metres was paid, and it was from an umpire who wasn't actually officiating that one.
So he's Hands it off to Palmer, off a step. He goes long, up inside 50. They got numbers here, Newport, but none of them can get the ball. It's Qureshi off hands. Now to Harmon, who just bangs it clear. It's a rainmaker. Might actually work. We might have some rain here soon by these dark clouds. It comes down, and a free kick is found for the Sharks through shade. Still inside the centre square. He prods it inside 50. There's a man all in his lonesome, and it is Hansen, Mark Hansen. He's a bit too far out to score. He finds a man inside 50, and it's Williams, the leading goal scorer in the competition. He shouldn't be left alone in the forward 50, and he has marked and will kick for his first of the day here.
Just caught napping a little bit there, Newport, as you said. Left way too much space there. And Williams, 55 goals on the season. Not the type of guy you want to be leaving him alone.
45-degree angle or kick from right on the 50. For their third goal, they lead by a point. Aaron Williams to the Marion Street end where the dark clouds are in the background. There's no dark clouds for Aaron Williams. That's a perfect kick. He's 56th of the season and the third of the day for the Sharks. They go to 3-2-20, leading Newport 2-1-13, a 7-point margin, and we're into time on in the first term.
Really good finish there from Aaron Williams, and quite notable to see that his teammates really seek to get around him after that goal, and also a kiss of the black armband and a point to the sky. So potentially some bereavement going on for Aaron Williams. Good to be able to get out, play football, and do what you love during occasions like that.
Yes, they got the black. Well, they got two black armbands on here.
Everyone,
the Sharks. Yes. Yeah. Well, some only have one, some have two, and I think there's some with none, so...
May have been ripped off already in the contest. Tossed back up in the middle. Quah wins the win. Hamad with the clearance, so high ball to half forward for Newport. Bounce doesn't favour anyone. Nicely tapped there. Absolute Savvy grabbed it. Got a handball forward there to Taleb. Bouncing ball inside 50 wasn't great. Didn't help anyone. Mopped up there by Vandermeer for the Sharks, and eventually the ball goes out of bounds, 45 out from Newport's goal in the left forward pocket. Newport kicking to the clubroom's end in this opening quarter. They trail by 7 points. A win for Newport puts them in the finals, and a win for Point Cook Central means they go through undefeated in the home and away season. So a big game for both clubs, as we'll get a ball up. Umpire throws it up. Atar gets it. Papajatzakis handballs into space, and a bit of hope there, but stolen by Palmer. Kicks back beyond centre. High bouncing ball in the middle of the ground. Not easy for anyone. Picked up there by Shaheen. Did well there, the big ruckman. Now kicks a high ball inside 50. Papajatzakis looked like he was held. The umpire said play on. Ball spills out to Volk, but Hamed laid some great pressure on it. Hamed goes back to pick it up. Plenty of Sharks around the footy. But it was well done there by Newport players, forcing the throw in, and there's a whistle.
Oh, the umpire's paid a free kick.
Wasn't much in that.
That is as soft as butter that's been in the microwave for half an hour.
Wow. Oh, well, Sharks have got the footy. Some of these incidents or moments could be avoided by some Newport players. They don't really need to do it. Ball goes up. Mesto with a fist goes backwards, and running it straight out of ours there was Yusuf El Hawley. And we'll get a throw in right next to Dean Chambers and the Point Cook Central's interchange bench.
They all had their arms outstretched. They want to deliberate. If they don't get deliberate for that, they're probably not going to get it all day. And the throw in, Atar, who's so athletic, he won that even though he's out positioned. The ball comes to ground and it's locked up in a pack, and there'll be another ball free up kick. And another free kick from a scuffle after a marking contest. There is a bit of niggle out there, and the umpires...
The second push in the back after the stoppage.
The umpires are right on top of it. So a free kick here taken by Badra. He goes short to the centre of the ground for Newport. Finishing the quarter the stronger. It's Kadura who's got it. He goes to half forward. Hawley's in space. The skinny youngster, he goes long into the pocket. At the back is Kadura. Strong mark again from Hussein Kadura. And he missed an earlier shot at goal. This one's much tougher. He's deep in the right forward pocket. But this would cut the margin to a point late in the first quarter. He's right in front of the club room, so we'll tell you the story here. He tries the check side, and it works a treat. It's high fives all round for Newport. They've recovered from a poor start. And it is a point the difference here after nearly 25 minutes on the WRFL Match of the Day. It is Point Cook Central's 3-2-20 leading Newport 3-1-19.
If they were to isolate Hussein Kaddour, that's alarm bells for Dean Chambers right now. Kurt Main really struggling in that matchup on a number of occasions now that they've been able to isolate them. And really good finish there on the boundary, classy check side. And just if Newport are able to temper their aggression and put it in the right areas, then they're very much in this contest. And as they said, needed to be in it at quarter time, and they're looking like they will be.
25 minutes about to tick over in this first quarter. 1 point lead to the Sharks. As it's thrown back up, Attar wins that one down. Trying to run onto it was Ali for Newport. He got a handball away to Hamed. Kador handballs back, but they've lost it now. There's Attar who gathered it. Under a heap of pressure there. Attar's got it now. He's got Palmer over the top. He tries to brace for the tackle. He did really well. And he was shot a handball out to Attar, but had too much on it and it goes out of bounds. And there's still a bit of feeling in this game. There's so much on the line, particularly for Newport if they want to play finals. There's a throw in at half forward for the Sharks. Henderson missed it. That's a high tackle, surely. It is. The free kick will go the way of Newport at left half back.
Non-controlling umpires come on the scene there.
Very quick to make sure nothing else was going to eventuate.
So it goes back inside defensive 50, back to the goal line as Qureshi's got it. Chips it over the top to Al Hassan. Plays on immediately. Has a bounce. Runs through defensive 50. Now through their centre square. Interesting bouncing technique. And he's turned it over. But the kick wasn't great. Over the head of Stranek. Qureshi comes out under some pressure by Stranek, but he's earned the free kick for holding the man. So some relief there for the Newport Footy Club.
Don't want to concede another goal here late in the turn, the home team. It's El Sabsabsi kicking up through the corridor, and a good mark there taken by Shaheen. Just on defensive side of the centre square. They go up through the corridor, up towards half forward again. Papachatsakis came from a mile back, couldn't take the mark. Omar Abu Zaid under pressure, couldn't quite gather cleanly. The blue shirts arrive in numbers now. A strong tackle laid by Hawley for Newport. And the umpire decides he has no option but to bounce. Not far from the club rooms who are getting all excited. Their team is right in this against the unbeaten ladder leaders. Ball up about 70 out from goal. Bit of aerial ping pong. Palmer with strength, muscled a handball forward, but only as far as Jawad here for Newport. They put it through the hands, and it comes out to Jawad again, who kicks out wide. Finds the running Hamad, who sold the dummy. Runs to 50. Goes for home. The crowd love it. He's put it through. They're in front for the first time, Newport. 4-1-25 to Point Cook Central's 3-2-20. And Ziggy Kador's got them pumped up today. Nick, they have come to play.
They are playing with aggression, dare, and imagination and fantasy in their game that would make Ned Zelich very, very happy. And make Ziggy Kador very, very happy. The way they start. If you can't get the imagination and fantasy joke, then I can't help you. Sorry, boys.
I don't know that one.
Hamad's finish there on the run was absolutely perfect, and great start for Newport.
5 point lead to Newport. 28 played opening quarter. Rucks go at it. No one can gain possession. But now a hurry kick inside 50 for Newport. Bouncing ball. Coming up and taking the ball hard there was Jawad. Now they loop a handball. It's 20 metres out. Player went down. It was a high tackle. Umpire said no, play on. And then Hamad was wrapped up and we'll get a ball up 40 out from the Newport goal.
Mitchell very unlucky not to get a free kick there, but did sort of shrink.
He did shrink a little bit.
Came, so that was a bit of a bang call.
So tossed up. Can Newport get another one just before the quarter time siren? Plenty of players around the footy. Ball doesn't come out. Eventually a hurry kick though, but it's going to favour the Sharks. They look to run it out. Kick goes to centre wing. Pack's going to fly off the hands out of Al Hawley. Well done there by Tandy. A little handball away. And there's the siren for quarter time in our WRFL match of the day.
Afters again.
A bit of push and shove, but looks like everyone just walks away.
Yeah,
not yet.
DeRose was the man who was tackled, and I think El Sabsabsi got in his ear.
No, it was Al Hawley, Yusuf Al Hawley, who really sort of.
And there's a bit of a melee now in the centre of the ground. Hopefully, cooler heads prevail, but there is plenty of
player down,
plenty of feeling out there.
Back up again now.
This thing's more push and shove than anything.
It's threatened to bubble over that entire first quarter. Newport's aggression has been good. It's been tempering and borderline getting on a bit too much around the ball. And as I said, they need to be able to temper that and make sure that they are, putting it in the right areas, but so far, at least on the scoreboard, they're liking what they're seeing.
Yeah, the scoreboard is 4-1-25 Newport. Point Cook Centrals are 3-2-20. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have scores from around the grounds and all the second quarter action. You're listening to the WRFL on 88.9 Win FM.
You would listen